Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to take you step by step and line by line through one of the most powerful marketing presentations that you can deliver to a prospective client during a listing presentation. Now keep in mind, this is just one portion of a listing presentation. There's a lot of other things that go into it, from building rapport, actually pricing the home, and then the marketing aspect. But the marketing aspect in my mind is where you can really set yourself apart from the competition and leave no doubt in your client's mind that you're the agent who can do the best job of marketing their property to get top dollar and have it sold in the shortest period of time. Guys, this presentation is backed by research. It's backed by data. You're going to see me presenting a lot of tools and resources that I'm going to use to market the property that may seem a little overwhelming at first, but if you stick with me until the end, after I go through the presentation, I'll lay out exactly how I get access to these tools, how much they cost, and how you can get access to all these tools as well. A lot of them absolutely for free. So stick with me till the end. This is going to be a really powerful presentation that I hope you take something away from. Whether you take exactly what I say verbatim, which is fine, or whether you just take pieces and parts and mix it into the listing presentation you already have, I'm hoping it's helpful, and we're getting started right after this. So let me talk through the importance of marketing for a few minutes, because as your agent, I view my primary function to be doing a great job of marketing your property. Okay, and I want to start by going through the big three strategies in real estate, as I like to call them. And these are the three things that essentially all real estate agents are going to do for you. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is put a sign in the front yard. Now, according to the National Association of Realtors, 9% of home buyers found the home they purchased via the yard sign. So it's a good solid start to a marketing plan. Okay, the next thing is, according to the National Association of Realtors, 33% of home buyers found the home they purchased through another real estate agent. So by putting your home into what's called the MLS, or the multiple listing service, we're going to have all the other real estate agents out there actively working for us to help get your home sold as well. Okay, and again, according to NAR, that equated to 33% of how home buyers found the home they purchased. Now, finally, we have real estate websites. So our MLS does a great job at what's called listing syndication. And what that means is they're going to take your home, they're going to push it out to thousands of other websites to make it available to be found by people who are searching for homes on real estate related websites. So these are going to include your big sites like Zillow, Trulia, Homes.com, Realtor.com. Your home is going to be in all of those places. And what we know is those three strategies combined equated to 86% of how home buyers ultimately found the home they purchased. So what we have to talk about is this missing 14%. So let's take a little trip back to high school economics. You probably remember supply and demand. It's a real simple principle there. And it says that when supply is stable, now I can't control the supply of homes for sale in your neighborhood. That is what it is. But where supply is stable, as demand increases, price will also increase. So if you look at my little curve right here, we've got our supply in blue, and then I've got two demand curves, one showing 86% demand, assuming that we do nothing other than the big three strategies that we talked about right off the bat. So in that scenario, your home's going to sell for this price right here, where the supply curve crosses the demand curve. But if we can increase demand, if we can get more than 86% via the creative marketing strategies that I want to share with you, then we can push that demand curve up, and we can also push our price up. So my job, my goal is to get you into the shaded green area right here, which means you're getting more money for your home via that extra demand. And that's where my job as a marketer and doing an excellent job of marketing and promoting your property is going to help increase that demand and get us into this area right here. So there's three keys that we have to focus on to increase demand. Okay, the first one is increasing exposure. So I've already told you we're going to have a sign in the front yard. We're going to have all the other real estate agents out there actively working to help get your home sold for us. And we're going to do a great job of getting your home onto all the real estate related websites. But we need to reach more people. We need to reach other people. So there's three groups of people that I additionally want to specifically target to try to reach. The first being those who are not in the market yet. Okay, so these are people who are thinking about buying a home. They've had those early discussions, but they're not actively looking for a home. They're not working with a real estate agent, so they're not going to find us in those traditional areas. Okay, but we need to reach them too. The next group are people who have just left the market. Okay, so these are people who were looking for a home. They were working with an agent, but then they quit. Okay, so the market's been hot. People get frustrated. Maybe they couldn't find the home they felt was perfect, but maybe that perfect home is your home. So we need to go above and beyond to reach them too. And the last group I want to reach are people who know people who are searching for a home. Okay, so they're not out there on these websites or working with a realtor themselves, but when they see your home go up for sale, they're going to want to tell their friends that they know are looking. So, hey, John, I know you guys are interested in buying a home. A great one just popped up for sale in my neighborhood. You should check it out. Okay, so those are the three groups of people I want to reach, and that's increasing exposure. Now, the next thing we have to do is focus on repetition, repetition, repetition. And why this is important is that we have to cut through the distractions. Okay, so if you think about it, someone sees your home, maybe they drive by, they see the yard sign, maybe a friend told them about it, and they're interested in your home. But then they forget about it, right? They get busy, they get a phone call, they get a text message, the kids are screaming in the back of the car, another driver cuts them off, whatever the case is, they forget about your home. So we've got to cut through that noise and that clutter through repetition by showing them your home over and over again to make sure it doesn't get lost in the distractions. Okay, the other big thing is the more a consumer sees your home, the more familiar they become with that home. When they are out on these big portal websites like the Zillows and the Realtor.coms, your home is going to stand out to them as the one they recognize, making it more likely that they click on your home. Additionally, when another real estate agent shows them 20 homes for sale in the area, your home is going to stand out to them in that list, in that stack of paperwork, if I've done a good job of building recognition through repetition. Okay? The last thing we have to do is create an emotional connection to your home, right? So if we can create an emotional connection to your home, we can make your home more memorable. And also, if we can shift that buying decision from a financial decision to an emotional decision for the buyer, we know that we're in the best position possible to get top dollar for your home. Okay, big companies recognize this, big brands recognize this, that they have to create an emotional connection to their product in order to sell high-ticket items. And buying a house is definitely a high-ticket item. So those are the three keys that we're going to focus on. We're going to increase exposure, we're going to focus on recognition through repetition, and we're going to work on building an emotional connection to your home. Now, there's three main strategies that I want to use to try to increase demand in those areas. So the first thing I'm going to do is supercharge your yard sign, okay? And this is going to help us with exposure because I'm going to add an additional layer onto that sign that's going to allow potential buyers to receive additional information about your home in the manner in which they want to receive it. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. The next thing I'm going to do is launch a full-scale non-real estate website digital marketing campaign. And this is going to help us with exposure, and it's also going to help to start building that recognition through repetition that we were talking about. And the last thing is local print marketing. And this is great because this not only is going to help us with exposure, it's going to help us to build that recognition through repetition, and it's also going to help to start building that emotional connection. And I'm actually going to share a study with you done by Temple University that shows how local print marketing and print marketing as a whole can help to build that emotional connection. So those are the three strategies that we're going to utilize to help increase demand for your home. Again, we're going to increase exposure, we're going to drive recognition through repetition, and we're going to build that emotional connection to your home. Now, another key point that I want to touch on is that all of my marketing is going to drive people to a dedicated property website specifically for your home. Let me talk about why this is important. First, we host our website using Cloudflare with Amazon Web Services, which gives us a 100% uptime guarantee. The last thing that we want is someone's interested in your home, they try to go to the website and the website's down. Okay, that would be a big problem. The next thing is we're going to make sure that the website is mobile responsive. So whether they're looking at it on a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, or a cell phone, it's going to look beautiful and attract their attention. Third, we're going to make sure that there's no third-party advertisements on the website. So a lot of the big portal websites like the Zillows and the Realtor.coms, they're going to have third-party advertisements for things like insurance companies and mortgage companies because they want to make money by selling those ads. But that takes away from the home buyer focusing on what's most important, which is your home. We're also going to make sure there's no competing real estate listings on this website. So when someone lands on your dedicated site, they're not getting distracted by other homes that are for sale in the area. We're also going to make sure that all the home details are accurate and up to date. I'm sure you've seen in the news how a lot of these big websites have inaccurate information on them, which can hurt us when it comes time for negotiations. We're also going to make sure that there's no inaccurate home value estimate on this website. So a lot of these big portal websites will provide an estimate of the home's value, but if that estimate is less than our asking price, that again can hurt us when it comes time for negotiation. So all of these are reasons that it's important that I drive people to a dedicated property website specifically for your home that doesn't have all of these distractions and doesn't have all of that inaccurate information. And the last thing, and this is really cool, when someone lands on your dedicated property website, we're going to tag that visitor. We're going to tag their browser so that we can continue to show them more ads for your home on different websites after they've left your website. And I'll get into more details on how that cool technology works in just a minute. So the first thing that we're going to do is add text capture to your yard sign. And we do this because we want all prospective buyers to be able to get additional information about your home in the medium in which they want to receive it. So if they want to pick up the phone, great, they can call the number on my yard sign. If they want to get on the internet and look up your home online, they can do that as well. But what I'm going to do is add an additional layer onto that sign. I'm not taking the other two away. I'm adding an additional layer that's going to allow them to send a text message to receive more information about your home. Now, why do we do this? Well, we know that 97% of Americans text at least once a day. We know that 70% of Americans prefer text messages to phone calls. We know that 78% of Americans wish they could have a conversation with a business via text message, which is essentially what we're letting them do here by sending a text to get more information about your property. And we also know that the average American spends 23 hours a week sending text messages. So because texting has become such an important part of our day-to-day lives, we think it's important that we allow prospective buyers to be able to send a text message to receive additional information about your home. The next thing that we're going to do is add photographs, interior home photographs right here to the yard sign. Now, we learned this from the internet, and what we learned was that ads with photographs receive a 42% higher response rate, they receive 94% more views, and 84% of people who go online looking for a home want to see interior home photographs when they do that. So we took that information that we learned online and said, why don't we apply it offline by adding those same interior photographs right to the yard sign? So that's what we've done for both our text capture and our photographs on this sign writer right here. So this is going to be hanging right below your yard sign. And this is going to do both that text capture and provide those interior color photographs. Now, what we also find is by having those photographs right there on the yard sign, people are more likely to slow down and pull over to take a look at them. And that gives them more time to engage with your yard sign right here in front of your property. Okay, so to summarize what we're going to do to supercharge your yard sign, first, we're going to add the latest in text capture response technology. We're also going to add those interior color home photographs right here to the yard sign. And then all of that is going to drive visitors to that dedicated property website that we talked about and why that's so important. Okay, so let's get into our next strategy, which is non-real estate digital marketing. So we talked about how 44% of people found the home they purchased via a real estate related website. But we also talked about the types of people who are not going to real estate related websites, right? Those people who have not quite entered the market, or those people who recently left the market, or those people who know someone who's in the market. So my solution to reach them is through non-real estate digital marketing. So what we're going to do is we're going to build out 5 digital ads for you, and we're going to display those ads using a combination of geo-targeting and retargeting. So let me talk about geo-targeting. So we're going to take those digital ads and we're going to display them on websites to people that are within a 15-mile radius of where you live. We're going to reach every single device that potential consumers are using, including desktops, laptops, tablets, and phones. And we're going to display those ads using a network that spans over 2 million websites and reaches 90% of the people that are on the internet. And these include your big sites like Facebook and Google, Newsweek, Forbes, USA Today, all those high-profile websites that people are on each and every day. Now, we're also going to use something called retargeting. And the way retargeting works is this. So again, all of our marketing is going to drive people to that dedicated property website. Once they land on that website, we're going to tag that visitor. We're going to tag their browser so that we know who they are once they've left your website. So once they leave your website, because we know who they are with that tag, we're going to continue to show them ads for your home over and over again in hopes of bringing them back to your dedicated property website and ultimately back into your home to hopefully deliver an offer on your home. So why do we do retargeting? Well, retargeting has been shown to increase response rates by up to 400%. It's been shown to increase click-through rates by up to 1,000%, meaning they're 10 times more likely to click on your home if we've done a good job of building that recognition through repetition through this retargeting. It also helps keep your property top of mind, so interested buyers can get easily distracted. And that's also going to help to build that recognition through repetition so that when they are on other sites, your home is going to stand out to them more because we've done a good job of showing them that home over and over again. Okay, so our goal is to show them your home 10 times. So once they visited your website once, our goal is to retarget them and show them your home 10 more times. And again, that's really going to help with that recognition on some of these big website portals. And it's also really going to help when a real estate agent shows them 20 homes for sale in the area. Your home is going to stand out to them as that one they recognize because we've shown it to them 10 times using this retargeting. Now, at the end of this digital marketing campaign, I'm going to give you a report that looks like this, which is going to show how many websites your ad appeared on, how many total ads were shown, the demographics of the people who clicked on your ad, and how many visitors that ultimately brought to our dedicated website. And again, this is everything that you need to see that we ran a successful non-real estate related digital marketing campaign. Okay, so now let's get into our last strategy, which is local print marketing. And this is the important one we talked about at the beginning, which hits all the buttons. So it's going to help us increase exposure. It's going to help us to build that recognition through repetition. And it's also going to help us build that all-important emotional connection that's so crucial to selling high-ticket items. And Temple University's Fox Center for Neural Decision Making did a study where they compared digital advertising with print advertising. And what they found was people view print advertising for longer. People remember print advertising for a longer period of time and are able to recall details more quickly and confidently. And also, and this is really important, print advertising created a deeper emotional response, which triggered activity in the part of the brain that's responsible for intent to purchase. And that's what we want. We want intent to purchase. We want them to have that strong emotional connection with your property to come in and present an offer at the highest price for your home. So I've got a box over here that has all the different print marketing materials that we're going to utilize during the marketing of your home. I'm going to push that over to you so you can start taking a look through that and see all the different pieces of material that we're going to utilize in different ways. And then in the meantime, I'm going to go one by one through each of the different pieces so you can see exactly what we're going to be using and how it's going to help increase that demand for your home. Okay, so the first piece that we're going to utilize to market your home are these large flyers. So these are 8.5 by 11. They've got all the pictures of your home right here on them, very high quality print. And what we're going to do with these is actually leave them in the home. So we're going to put these on the coffee table. We're going to put them on the kitchen island so that when people are coming through, either during an open house or with another realtor, they're going to pick one of these up and take it home with them. So that's going to increase the chance that this winds up on their coffee table, maybe on their refrigerator. And that's going to have them staring at your home each and every day while they're in that home buying decision process. So that's going to be really helpful at building that emotional connection, building that recognition through repetition. What it's not going to do a very good job at is increasing exposure, because these are really only going to be seen by people who have already been into your home. Okay, so the next piece that we're going to utilize looks very similar to our large flyers, and these are our community flyers. So again, we've got the full color photos of your home here, front and back. These are 8.5 by 11. But the great thing about these is they're bifold, and on the inside, you have all this great community information. So we've got a map of the area. We've got all the different amenities that are close by to your home, showing how far away they are, how much there is to do. These are going to be really great to leave inside the home, again, for open houses and people walking through with a realtor, particularly for people who are from out of the area. So someone might be relocating to your area and they're not familiar with what's around. This is going to be a great resource for them to use. So they're going to take this home. They're very unlikely to throw this away, because this is going to be something they're going to research and take a look at, because as we all know with real estate, it's all about location, location, location. And this is going to help them really understand the value of the location of your home. So this is going to be great at increasing that emotional connection and increasing that recognition through repetition. Again, not as strong on the exposure, because these are really going to be picked up by people who are already coming through your home, but going to really help us out in the other two areas. Okay, so the next piece that we're going to utilize is really going to help us build that exposure category. So these are our small flyers, and these are going to be great because we're going to put them up around town. So I'm going to put these in local coffee shops. I'm going to pin it up to the bulletin board where the HOA meets. All the different areas that I think potential home buyers are going to be. I'm going to give some of them to you to maybe put up on your bulletin board at work. So this is going to do a great job of spreading the word about your home. And again, all of this marketing is pointing back to that dedicated property website that we talked about that's so important. Now, the next thing that we're going to utilize are these postcards, and these are going to do a really great job at helping us build that emotional connection, because as you can see, these are not pre-filled out. This is not pre-typed. This is not bulk mail. I'm actually going to put a handwritten note on here, and I'm going to mail these out to some prospects that I know in the local area who may have some interest in your home. So not only is it going to help us build that emotional connection, because it's going to have a handwritten note on here, people are going to be less likely to throw it away, which means it's going to help us increase that recognition through repetition by having them keep this in their home. And also it's going to help to increase exposure, because most likely the people that I'm mailing this out to have not been in your home yet. So that's going to help us to get the word out about your home being for sale. Now, the next piece that we're going to utilize are business cards. Now, I'm actually going to do two different kinds of business cards for your home. So we have our more traditional style business cards, and then we have these that kind of fold up like a little tent. These are great because we're going to leave these in the home with those flyers, with those community brochures for people to pick up and take home with them. They've got pictures of your home there, front and back. And then these are more traditional business cards. I'm going to give some of these to you to hand out to friends, to coworkers, to people who may be interested. I'm going to use this as my official business card for the next few weeks while I'm marketing your property. And that way, everyone I meet is going to have this business card with a nice picture of your home and a way to get more information about it. So that's really going to help us in that exposure category. Okay, so the next piece that we're going to utilize are these thank you cards. And these are going to be really great at increasing that emotional connection because I'm going to put a nice handwritten note right here inside the card. It comes with its own envelope. It's going to have a handwritten address with a stamp on there. So again, this is far less likely to be thrown away, which is going to really help us to increase that recognition through repetition. It's also going to help that emotional connection because there's a nice handwritten note in there. It's far less likely that this gets thrown away. In fact, there's a decent likelihood that they take this and pin this up on the refrigerator. And if they do that, we've had a big win because now they're staring at a picture of your home again every single day while they're in that home buying decision-making process. So these are going to be really great at getting the word out, showing gratitude, increasing that recognition through repetition, and keeping your home top of mind. Now, the last thing I'm going to do are these door hangers. So I'm going to canvass the neighborhood. I'm going to go door knocking. I'm going to let all your neighbors know that your home is for sale. And I'm going to give them one of these door hangers, whether they're home or not. I'm going to leave this on the house. And what that's going to do for us, again, is help to get the word out there. It's going to drive that exposure. It's going to drive that repetition and recognition by showing this to them again. Maybe they've already been through your home. Maybe they saw your yard sign. Maybe they got a postcard or a thank you card. And this is just really going to drive home that recognition through repetition that we're looking for. It's also going to make it easy for people who maybe didn't see that your home was for sale to let their friends know that, hey, there's a great home that just popped up for sale in my neighborhood. You should check it out. So these are going to work great for us as well. So I hope that you can see that through all of these creative marketing strategies that we're going to employ, we're going to be in a great position to be able to increase that demand for your home and ultimately increase the price that we get for your home, right? And going back to our supply demand curve, again, if we just do those big three strategies that most real estate agents are going to do for you, we're going to be sitting at about that 86% demand, and that's going to have us selling your home for this point right down here. But all of these additional strategies that we're going to utilize, I hope you can see, will help us push that demand up, which is going to allow us to help push the price of your home up and also help get your home sold in the shortest time possible. So that's our goal here. And again, my goal and my objective is to get you into this green shaded area here, which means that you're getting more money for your home via that increase in demand that I'm able to drive through these creative marketing strategies. Now, the best case scenario for us, and the burden is on me to do this, but if we can tap into enough of that 14%, if we can drive that demand up as high as possible, we can get ourselves into what's called a multiple offer situation. Now, typically, when you get one offer in on a home, you're negotiating against one buyer, and they're trying to negotiate us down on price, and we're trying to negotiate them up on price. But if we can get enough demand to where we get multiple offers, now we have multiple home buyers all competing against each other, driving each other up on price, and we just get to sit back and make sure that we get the absolute top dollar that we can possibly get for your home. So I hope you see how all these strategies are going to help with that. Now, before we move on to the listing paperwork, did you have any questions about the marketing strategies and tactics that I plan on utilizing to get the most demand for your home and ultimately the most price for your home? All right, guys, so that is it. That's the marketing presentation that I find so powerful, that really does a great job of separating you from all the rest of the agents out there who only know how to build rapport, who only know how to do a CMA, but don't truly know how to market a property to get the top dollar and sell it in the shortest period of time. So I hope you see the power behind that. Now, I'm sure a lot of you look at that presentation and say, Mark, that was a great presentation, but there's a lot that you went through in there. There's a lot of tools and resources that I don't have, that I don't know how to use. It seems complex, it seems time consuming, and it seems expensive. Well, I'm here to tell you that nothing is further from the truth. So every single thing that you just saw during this presentation is actually a tool that is provided to me by my brokerage. So I'm with LPT Realty. I used to be with eXp Realty and made the switch over to LPT. And this was one of the huge reasons I made that shift, because again, this is a resource they provide to us for every single listing for free. The only thing additional that I went over that's not included for free is if you actually want to have the company run and manage that non-real estate digital marketing campaign for you. And right now we're in December of 2022. You're looking at about $99 to have them do that portion, which for me are dollars very well spent. But every single thing else, okay, from the sign writer, the text capture, the dedicated property website, all of the print material that you saw, all of that is provided for free with every single listing that we do here at LPT Realty. So that was a huge reason I came over, is to have all these tools available and also not have to come out of pocket to do it. From a time investment standpoint, you're looking at about 5 minutes to get all of this set up. Okay, so we have a back-end portal called LPT Connect that we can go through. That links us into the website where we can order all this. All you're doing is uploading 3 pictures, 1 exterior, 2 interior, putting in the home details, verifying all the information. You select any of the additional options you want, again, like the marketing of the non-real estate related websites. There's also some options on that text capture to have AI responses and things like that. So there's additional items that you can layer on top of this if you want to go a little bit crazier. But at a minimum, this is what we do for every single listing at our brokerage. So I hope you see the power behind that. And again, there's other reasons that I joined, from rev share, stock options, things like that. So if you want to learn more about what we're doing here at LPT Realty, why AJ and I here at the Elevated Agents joined, I'm going to put a video right here that you can check out. That gives the top 5 reasons that we went from EXP over to LPT Realty. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in. I really hope you got something out of this presentation. I hope you're able to utilize this in your next listing presentation to increase your chances of getting that listing. Appreciate you guys as always. Be well and stay exceptional.